My mom was a very popular stripper in the early 2000s, and as you can imagine, that industry, you meet a lot of powerful, rich, famous people. My mom ended up having an affair with the mayor of the city, who was married at the time, so yeah. Things got messy, and the mayor of Detroit's wife actually assaulted my mother. Instead of paying my mother hush money, the mayor decided to pay off cops in the city to my mother. There's a lot of key points to my mother's story, but to make things a little shorter, she was in a drive-by with police-issued guns. I worked in the industry myself, so I've met people who knew my mother, seen her around the mayor, and they do not want any parts of my mother's case. So to this day, it's an unsolved. There has been many podcasts, news channels reporting on my mother's story, a book written, a play produced, but after so many years of trying to fight for justice, I have been a standing lone wolf, and I've grown very tired. So the former mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick, actually ended up going to prison for various other things after reports of my mother's death. Some people think he's great, some people think he's a terrible, terrible man. But thanks to Donald Trump being his longtime friend in that industry, he pardoned him a few years ago. So now the man responsible for my mother's murder is just living his happily ever after life.
Yeah, this was a tragic turn of events, but this is the type of stuff that happens when you try to extort people. First of all, guys, just quick history lesson. If you go back and study world history, humans have never been peaceful. People get people killed for the slightest things all the time. All throughout human history, man, you could make someone mad and they'll kill you. You could be standing in someone's way from success and they'll knock you off. You could be about to tell a man's wife that y'all been having an affair and he will knock you off. It's just so many motives why men do the things that they do. But guys, if you're a powerful, rich guy and a woman can take that away from you, then you probably should leave the woman alone, or you'll find yourself in hot water like this dude did. And women, if you out here messing with these married men who have a lifestyle, they have power, they have political prowess and things of that nature, you run the risk of getting your head knocked off if you try to knock them off of their high horse. It's really that simple, man. You can't go and expect a man like, let's say, for shits and giggles, Barack Obama. If he was a president, he would had a mistress back in 2010, and she was going to tell Michelle and expose all receipts and put the work, man, she would have been knocked off straight up. Because listen, it's really that serious, man. She comes with an allegation like that, he's ruined. You know, they might not have shown him the same grace they showed Bill Clinton when he was getting sucked off in the Oval Office. His skin was different. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. So, fellas, ladies, y'all run the risk of this type of stuff happening when y'all out here messing around. That's crazy.
I genuinely want to know why black men make dating so difficult. They make it more difficult than any other societal group on this planet, I feel like.
Cap.
Of course, there are the outliers, but as a group, as a collective, they're the most hard-headed to deal with when it comes to dating, relationships, commitment, like all that stuff. And I'm just curious as to why. I feel like it could all really be so simple, and I know that because I've seen it be simple with other types of people. But when you're dealing with the black men, they make you go through hoops and loops just to ultimately end up with nothing. Like, I really want to know what happened to black men specifically that caused them to have so much, like, anguish about being in a relationship or being committed. Like, I really don't see how it's that big of a deal to be committed to somebody. They're the main ones to not tell you their true intentions. They're the main ones to lead you on. They're the main ones to play games. And then me being one of the ones who's only attracted to black men, it's really tough because there's not much to work with. And it's really frustrating. What caused them to be so standoffish towards relationships and commitment? I really want to know. I don't know, maybe it is time to expand my horizons and See what the other races have to offer, because this is just not it.
Say, first of all, this is not a black man issue. It's a you issue. Most of the time, y'all trying to date dudes who ain't dateable. They're not boyfriend material. They told you this from jump, but y'all have a tendency to stay around, right? Y'all know what it is. He said, I'm not looking for nothing serious. When he said that, you should have known that either A, you gonna just get your back cracked and get sent home with a wet Virginia, or he gonna string you along for years. And that tendency happens a lot. It really does. And it be y'all fault, because here's the thing. The dude told you what it was from jump, but y'all be thinking y'all can change his mind, sway his decision. Y'all think that y'all can influence him to think otherwise, and no, it's not. Most men say what they mean and mean what they say. If the dude said, I'm not looking for nothing serious, then ma'am, I'm sorry. You should go ahead on and pack your bags or pack a lunch, because it's going to be a long while before you see any real results.
Can someone please make this make sense? So let me get this straight. When women are ready to leave, they spend months planning on how they're going to leave. They tell their friends, they tell their family, they lie to their husband's face for months at a time. They stack money. They might get their own apartment. They might even have a plan to set up their kids at different schools. But they don't see that as deceitful or dishonest or harsh, and they don't understand why men are blindsided when women do this. And these women are actually praised. They did the right thing. He was so toxic. He was so horrible. He was blah, blah, blah. All the things. Yes, queen. And no, I don't mean domestic violence situations. I'm talking everyday relationships where the woman finally says that she had enough and she's claimed to be checked out for months at a time and she decides to leave. But when a man does the exact same thing in the exact same way, now he's a piece of shit. In fact, he won't even have his ducks in a row. His idea of leaving is to go sleep on his parents' couch for a couple of days and come back and try to reconcile. But yet, the men are just the pieces of shit. And the craziest part about it is if these women have kids and they bring the kids with them, there's little to no consequences for them bringing the kids with her. But if a man were to do the exact same thing, he would be looking at kidnapping charges or child endangerment, and he's going to now have to fight for his kids regardless now that she's taken them. But if he takes them, all they have to do is bring a sheriff over and bring them right back to mom, and she doesn't really have to fight for anything. And these women will try so hard to claim that they communicate, but their idea of communicating is passive aggressiveness, the silent treatment, you should just know. Or my favorite line is, it's whatever. And a lot of times these men will actually think that it's just a rough patch in their relationship and they're hopeful that they'll make up with their wives and their girlfriends. Meanwhile, the women are out here getting whole ass lawyers and looking at divorce. And the crazy part is that women are actually praised for being this deceitful and this dishonest, but when men do it, they're a piece of shit. Okay, bye.
Yeah, man, this actually happened to a dude. I don't know him personally, but I just overheard the conversation at the barbershop, and he was telling the dudes he was talking to how his wife just basically got up out of there, just left, and he didn't see it coming. Ooh, that's some deceitful ass shit right there. Now, I don't know if his bank account was drained. I don't know if she took the kids. I don't know about any of that. All I know is that the way he described it, she had to be planning this for at least a minimum of weeks, maybe months. But this kind of stuff happens all the time. Now, on the flip side, I've seen men say, man, say, partner, say, bro, listen, bro, you know, I never try to shit on what you got going on, bro. Me and the wife, me and the old lady, bro, we going through some things. You think I can catch the couch? You know what I'm saying? Just for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I've gotten that phone call in the past before. You know what I mean? But it happens like that. It ain't no sneaky, underhanded, I'm planning, saving money. I can't deal with this woman no more. I got to get up out of here. That's usually how it happens with men.
You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. That's like stealing in front of the police. You know what I mean? They mean well, but they sit on the side. Ooh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. You be sitting at home. That shit mine, you know? When ain't nobody gonna believe, first come, first serve. You know? So when you do new stuff, you never, I'm telling you, for you comics coming up, never bring your stuff out in front of a house full of comedians. You will never work a lot. Especially established comedians like myself, you'll never work a lot. Make sure you keep that. And I want that question to be asked on the couch. They be stealing your shit for real? Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, bro. This right here is common sense, and I thought most people would know this. Like, bro, if I was a comedian and I see big name comedians in the crowd, I'm not giving them my new material or my best jokes. That I thought that would have been common sense, man. People steal all the time. Business in the business world, in the streets, people, relationships, all kind of stuff, man. You never show the fox what a chicken coop is. It's really that simple, man. If you have something of value and people around you could possibly take it, they don't need to see it, man. It's like you inviting dudes from the past that you used to run the streets with to your house, and you built a name for yourself, and they not doing so well in life no more, man. Like, bro, you inviting the devil into your home. Real talk. Only the people who are current in your life, who are literally on the same level as you or even surpass you, should be coming to your crib. You don't want to bring nobody who's jealous or envious around you, or somebody who's on the come up, someone who's looking to be on the come up. No, don't do that.
The question is not whether he can afford it. The question is, can we afford it? And my mom always taught me, take care of yourself. And when you meet a man, make sure that he at the very least has what you do not. So for example, I had an apartment. It was great, good and wonderful. What I did not have was a car.
Yeah, no, for
So to me, that was my standard. Like, you need to at least have a car, and you need to at least be financially able to feed yourself and do normal human being necessities. When I met Brooke, I wasn't like, you need to be rich. That wasn't what I was at. I needed you to just at least have a fucking car. That was it.
Cracker Barrel.
And now, but again, I don't need you to be rich when I meet you. I just need you to have a state of mind of where you want to go. Rook always had ambition. He always had the dream. He always knew where he wanted to go. He even knew how to get there. But it's really hard to get where you want to be when the bitch in the passenger seat won't fucking hold the GPS.
Yeah, see, this is how women used to be back in the day, bro. But now it's like they all just want a man that's already rich, a man that already got $100 million business, a man that got the big house, he can already take trips and stuff, and she just want to come and just be placed in a winning system already. You know what I mean? They don't want to build with nobody. They feel like they are entitled to instant success. They don't want it, bro. So, this is when you get women crying online, talking about they don't take me on these dates and stuff. That's just not how it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to be out here looking for a man who could just do that. I thought you were supposed to be looking for a real, human, genuine connection. That's what's missing in the game right now. And that's why most of these women gonna be old and lonely unless they change their ways and lower their standards. And it's really not even lowering their standards. It's just placing them where they're actually supposed to be.
Women have no emotional intelligence. The reason that as women, we want to believe we have emotional intelligence is because we are emotional. The fact that we are highly emotional is actually the biggest indicator that we have very low emotional intelligence, because being emotional is having no control over our emotional state. High emotional intelligence is the ability to be pragmatic, to see things realistically, and to make choices and respond to life not from an emotional place. It's the ability to be in control of our emotional state and operate in life from that place.
So when you really frame it like that and sit it in that perspective, it makes a whole lot of sense. How can the most emotional gender be the most emotional intelligent? It don't make no sense, because if I piss you off, what type of emotional intelligence is going to come out of a situation where you're mad and you can't control your emotions? Where does the intelligent factor come in? It doesn't. Now, most of the time, a lot of men, we are more emotionally intelligent just because we are not acting emotional. I would agree with that, goddammit. Of course, a lot of women won't. But as a man, if I'm sitting up here and I'm staying calm and you going back and forth, but you the one that's mad, you're the one upset, and I'm just level-headed, thinking rationally, picking my words carefully, who is the more intelligent one?
Women.
Look how many single mothers we have having kids today. In 1940, it was 4%. In 1940, 96% of kids that were born, they had a mom and a dad married. Think about that stat. In 1940, 96% of any kid that was born to a mom and a dad married.
Wow. That's
96?
96%.
I don't even want to know. What is it now?
Only 4% in 1940.
You know what it is now, right?
40%
Holy
are born to a single mom today. 40%. It went from 4 to 40%. This is stat from the government. I'm not giving you anything that's
That can't be factual.
actually verified right now. I'm going to text it to you right now, okay?
Crazy.
When you see this 4% to 40%, once I show it to you and you see the numbers are right from the government, here's the question. What's the next question you and I want to ask when you hear a number like that?
Why?
Why? Okay? So what caused it? Okay.
Yeah, this one crazy, and we can talk about this one for hours, but just a couple of things. Look, I'm gonna speak on black people because I've been black my whole life. Man, it's the music influence, it's the government, it's the fact that the CIA dropped drugs off in the hood, it's the fact that black women, for the majority of the time they were here in America, they never had the option to use government assistance, and then when they flipped that switch on, a lot of them ran for it. It was like, man, as long as a man not in here, I'm gonna get my bills paid on time and stuff like that. But shit, why I need a man, right? The music tell women to go after a certain type of guy. We could think about Adina. She had a song called I Need a Roughneck Nigga That Can Satisfy Me. Roughneck niggas seem to be the most unstable, unhinged black men in the community, and they get deleted, they go to jail, they become absent. So how can you have a father if that is your baby daddy? So of course the single mother birth rate gonna go up. It's really that simple. It's so many factors that go into that.
Have you seen Color Purple yet?
We can go into that.
Hey man, this is my first time watching it as an adult.
Hold on, did you go see the new movie?
But that's an adaptation. That's a musical.
Yeah.
The first original one's not a musical.
Okay.
This is adaptation off the Broadway.
I thought it was decent.
You like the Color Purple?
But that bitch, what's her name? Sugar?
Which one? The Taraji?
Taraji. What's her character name?
Sugar. Yeah,
Sugar
she's
Avery?
Sugar Avery.
Sugar Avery is a scumbag bitch.
Wait, so you never saw the original?
They painted Mr. out to be this guy. I mean, he was slapping bitches for the most minuscule reason.
Come on now.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, Sugar Avery was worse than that nigga. That movie was an indictment on black men, because the black women in that movie was worse than him. You talk about Sophia, the character that Oprah played last time. She put her hands on Harpo first. When Harpo went back to defend himself, he got that ass whooped. Nobody in the theater. I was in a theater full of black people. When she hit Harpo, motherfuckers was laughing and all that. And when she came back with the black eye, I heard sighs, like, why he hit the bitch. And it took a white woman to discipline her and put her in her place. When the black man tried to put her in her place, that bitch did 6 years in jail, got out, was quiet.
Yep, she was like, yeah.
And her husband tried to discipline her. She put up a fight, left him for another. Didn't even talk about the other nigga she had around his kid. Sugar Avery was a hero in this movie. This bitch was an adulteress. She slept with a married man and his wife. And she turned the man's wife against him. Bitch, you signed an oath to serve me. And you leaving with this alcoholic bitch.
Wow.
That was crazy to me. And then
I love your point of view.
And then when she stood up for herself, which I don't mind that, everybody at the table on her side. Everybody sticking up for all that. You find it.
You wanted to ever talk back to Mr. because they were all kind of feeding off of him.
I just couldn't believe the discrepancies in this movie. This movie was basically this movie is the reason that it's so many studs. I didn't realize when this movie came out, it's
entertainment.
No. Black people take entertainment serious. We think this shit's real.
Hey, look, bro, you hit the nail on the head with this one, man. They can sit up there and watch a woman be evil, bro. As soon as a man fight the injustice, he the evil. He the villain now. It don't make no damn sense, bro. I'm telling you, that's a double standard right there. A woman can be mean, evil, disgusting, and a man can be nothing but tolerant of it. But as soon as he clicks and snaps and bat the shit out of her, he the bad guy. Whole time she been antagonizing him. He's the victim. That's what happened when you're a man, though, bro. Nobody give a damn about you, man. A dude could be arguing with his girl, and she could be hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, and we'll sit back and watch it. Won't bat an eye. He even so much raised his hand at her, man. Hey, you can't hit no woman. Man, come on, man. Act like that ain't real, bro.
How you feel?
I feel a little bit.
Huh?
I feel okay. I'm just sore. My leg is sore.
I miss you.
I miss you too. We miss each other.
You want me to come over wherever you are?
No, you've been here twice. That's too much walking. That's if it was parked in like the hospital, it'd be something different. But it's just too much walking. Don't worry about it. I hope that I'll be home this week. I don't know. Whatever the doctor said tomorrow.
All right, guys. I ain't telling you go out there and look for no damn soulmate. I ain't telling you go out there and get married. But this was today's segment of Positive Vibes. And what I gathered from watching this is, damn, I would hate to be his age and be all alone and not have a female companion. That's what I would say. I don't want to be around a bunch of old ass men. Hell no, man. Give me something to, when I'm old. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's good to have a connection because I do hear oftentimes that a lot of men, when they die, bro, they die by themselves. That's sad. I don't want to go out sad like that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Just having something to look forward to while you're not healthy, when you're sick. Does that make sense? Am I being a simp for feeling like that? Am I soft? But nah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope y'all learned something, and I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one. Be cool.